If your Hermes Agent setup ended by finishing onboarding after installation, you may feel that it's not what you expected from this technology and you may not use it on 100%. My name is Digital Vlad and I'm using AI agents since the beginning of OpenClaw launch, and few months ago I switched to the Hermes Agent and want to offer you my architecture and instructions, which lets you convert your agent from trivial chatbot to actual coworker or employee. Already 8 years I'm being entrepreneur and software developer, and through this hype I managed to apply my technical background and offer you my vision, my concept with practical and results-proven example, which received lots of positive feedback in my LinkedIn and Reddit posts because it significantly improves your experience with AI agent and your productivity. Let's go. To make my explanation practical-oriented, I'm going to show it on the example how I do CEO setup for my personal website vDigital app, where I presented my apps, the services I'm providing, and the content I'm publishing across my social networks. We will cover how to make first basic CEO setup with Hermes Agent and automate weekly CEO review, which will be executed automatically, do the audit, do the changes, and then report us when everything is live. The technique I'm demonstrating in this video I already applied to one of my projects, Show City, and it's working. It started to get traffic from Google search on the next day after the launch. It's supposed that you already have installed Hermes, so I will not cover how to buy and install it on VPS, but if you still need it, you can check after the video my instructions and advices in my Telegram channel. A core idea of the system is to split it into two minds, Orchestrator and Executor. Orchestrator is a cheap always-on model which talks to you, reasons, and decides what to do, and Executor is a strong model which does real work. In our case, Orchestrator will be DeepSeek Virtual Flash and Executor is Claude-level. First of all, we need to get our main model, DeepSeek Virtual Flash, and I recommend to do it from OpenCode Go subscription, because it costs only $5 for the first month, and it will be even cheaper if you follow my link in the description. It gives you access to various models, including top ones, but of course with lower limits, like GLM 5.2 or latest Kimi model. But for now we need DeepSeek Virtual Flash. So I think OpenCode Go subscription is a very good cost-value deal, but if you want, you can still use it via other providers like OpenRouter, which still costs you a few dollars per month with very intensive usage. But in our case, the OpenCode Go is a very good deal, which allows me to try different models. To make it working in our setup, we need to create API key, add to Hermes Agent as main model, and important, select same name provider called OpenCode. Your Hermes Agent has special files where you can customize its behavior, and now we should explain at SOUL.md our two-brain architecture, primary for the main model and Orchestrator powered by DeepSeek, that you are only the coordinator, Claude is your senior colleague to execute and does real work, and everything should be delegated to Claude. And we touch a bit a more operational part of Hermes, its skills, and I have Claude-delegate skill, where I mention our two-brain architecture as well and how the delegation works. We will get back to that later with more details. So, the benefits of this approach. Low costs. Because Claude is running within your subscription limits, you don't have to pay big API bills to Anthropic, and DeepSeek costs just few dollars per month. Good separation of concerns. It's a very good thing in software development, and we move this approach to the AI agents. In our case, DeepSeek is a manager and Claude is a senior executor. Parallelism. While Claude doing its work, you can still communicate with Hermes or spawn new Claude tasks. And let's move to the most critical component of our system. I was wrong for a long time while separating tasks on two types, what AI can do and what can't. But I would completely miss the middle category, where AI produces good results most of the time, but the level of risk forces you to review before it ships. And now I'm introducing you three-tier classification system for tasks I'm giving to Hermes Agent. Tier 3 means full autonomy. It runs all the way to production, then reports, and we are going to use it for our weekly CEO review. Tier 2 is default for most of the tasks. Executor works end-to-end, then the task is blocked for our review with the preview branch and live URL to check what changed, and nothing reaches production without your approval. Tier 1 is for personal tasks, kind of things that can be accomplished only by me. I can't trust LLM to do it. But to remain agent still involved, it reminds you about these tasks in daily digests or offers small doable steps to help you accomplish it faster. And all types of tasks are tracking in one place at Kanban board coming from the box when you install Hermes Agent. Here we return back to our configuration files user.md and SOUL.md, tier system described there as well. And here are the parts from my configuration related to this. And this tier system works smoothly in Kanban boards. It has these properties to let Hermes understand which tasks can be done autonomously. Meanwhile, Kanban board gives you transparency with all statuses you need, with commentaries. For example, when Hermes Agent with Claude do some task, they leave comments into related cards, and whenever the task is done or blocked, it sends you notification directly into the chat. And that's why you can consider it as your spaceflight center and the single source of truth. This classification will significantly change your experience with LLMs and AI agents by allowing you to maximize the impact of this technology and productivity, even if the task is completely manual. This is a core concept. However, to make all operations reliable and make your agent don't forget important steps, we need one more thing. The common standard of setting up instructions and workflows for AI are MD files called skills, but through the time my experience showed me that how detailed they would be or how the model smart is, LLM still can forget important thing. And the challenge is how to make it deterministic without relying on LLM reasoning. We want to be sure that the task will be done, that we've been reported, and that all status is updated. And my solution is script on programming language. It guarantees the mechanical steps that must never be skipped. For example, create and reuse Kanban card, subscribe the channel, comment, hey, I'm starting the task, launch the executor, parse the result, update the card, block for review, or report. So I have shiptask.py script, it's a Python script, and it works like a universal delegation wrapper. For example, let's ask Hermes to install CEO plugin for my project and run first CEO audit. Don't forget to give the new instructions to the user.md and SOUL.md file about how to use the script, and more operational information to the claude-delegate skill. So if the user.md and SOUL.md contains the surface information about this workflow, claude-delegate skill contains the concrete commands, the concrete workflows. So it's a practical handbook for Hermes Agent, and with its own self-improvement system, it improves and adds additional cases which helps make less mistakes than in previous time. And of course I need to mention Claude-level skills, so the skills of the executor. These are the skills that mostly about how to develop new feature, how to do some other job which executed by the Claude. And in my case, I have two skills, two commands, ship and promote. Ship creates new feature safely on the separate branch, and promote deploy, merge the changes with the main branch and deploys the new code. This part of system let you avoid hallucinating and missing steps. And by the way, CEO audit is already finished, and as you can see, everything went as expected. The Kanban card was created, it reported me about completion audit in the chat, it sent me the summary of the report and the report itself as a file which was generated by Claude. And now we have everything to set up a weekly CEO audit for my personal website. As you may know, your Hermes agent can create a cron jobs, and we are going to create a new one right now. I'd like to execute it every Sunday morning, but for now, of course, we will do a test run. And for me, it was quite interesting to compare how much our setup costs compared with professional CEO agency. For example, our cost for Claude is $20 per month, DeepSeek $5 per month, and VPS $10, so in total it's $35 per month. For instance, I asked Grok to find me established players on the CEO market and show me how much they cost. And the first result costs $3,000 per month. It's the starting price, so it could be much more. The next one is $1.5 per month. And I don't know, it's enormous money. And the minimal price I found is a project-based package starting from $500 and the duration from 1 to 4 months. First, I think that for some cases it may work for the mid or large size companies, but for small companies, for small business, for solopreneurs, it's unaffordable prices. And I think with the setup I showed you, you can do much more and you can do more quality job. Let me know what do you think, but on my personal experience, I get the results on my website with this approach on the next day after the launch I showed you at the beginning. So the test run of our weekly CEO setup passed well. And the one, but the most valuable step remaining on my side is adding service account to my Google Search Console, so every week my Hermes Agent will have ability to review all issues directly and fix them. The coolest thing is that you can use this approach for a big variety of tasks, not only for CEO. For example, for Tier 3 you can write article for your blog on your website every day. For Tier 2 you can add new feature or in your app or on your website, review and then push to production. For Tier 1 you can just set reminder to buy the list of food for your dinner. To demonstrate you one more example, I delegate some change on my website. I need to make some cosmetic edit on my homepage when user opens the app. It starts a correct workflow by delegating task to Claude via ship-task.py script, calling correct command ship, which creates separate branch, and started established workflow. After everything done, it sends me preview link on separate branch where I can test new functionality isolated from real website. As I see everything done well and I can promote it to production. Once it's done, it sends me again notification that changes made already live. Again, one more time, what do you need for this setup? Two-brain system, where one model role is Orchestrator that talks with you, you decide together what to do, it reads your files, sends reports, and another model is Executor, a smart model like Claude Opus which receives all tasks from the Orchestrator. Tier system for your tasks. Don't miss productivity because of binary thinking like me about what AI can do and what AI can't. Let it help every time, starting from advices, ending with autonomous execution with review gate on your site or full independent run. Ship-task.py script gives you more stable work with AI agent, it doesn't forget important steps and follows strict workflow. As a bonus, I want to share with you a full document describing this architecture, which you can review again or directly send to your agent. You can find it in my Telegram channel following the link in the description, and the best way to say thanks is subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.